Wow, Wave 6 is finally here. Can't believe it's been 2 years since the Booster Course Pass was first announced. As I've done with every other wave before this, I'm about to rank every track in Wave 6. Let's get started. It's a tour track, what do you expect? Rome Avanti is pretty cool and all, but it's nothing too crazy. Rome is alright, there are a couple unique obstacles like chain chomps and other stuff, I guess. There's not really much with this track, but all in all, it's a pretty good time, and it's certainly not the worst tour track we've seen. Plus, it's kind of cool how this one's at night. Not many of the tour tracks are at night. I mean, some are, but not all of them. I'd say Madrid Drive is a bit better than Rome Avanti, just because it feels more fast-paced. Maybe that's just me, but this track just feels more energetic, and I like the aesthetic a bit more. I mean, there's gliding sections, wigglers, a frickin' soccer stadium. There's a lot of cool stuff in this track, and honestly, it's not that bad. For a tour track, this one's alright too. I feel like people are going to accuse me of ranking this track too poorly, but I've just never really been a huge fan of this one. I do really like how Tour has experimented with its own original tracks not based off of cities, but there's something about Piranha Plant Cove that I find very forgettable. Don't get me wrong, the aesthetic, amazing. Gameplay, not bad for Tour. And overall, decent track. But I just never really seem to really get the same enjoyment out of this one that other people do. I just find this to be a very dull and slow track, and it's not really one I'm ever really looking forward to play. But all in all, great track. I don't have anything against it, I just don't think it's as good as other people say it is. Yeah, it's Daisy Circuit, what else is there to say? They pretty much kept everything in this track the same to my knowledge. Any details that were changed are very minor, as I did not notice any. I do like the cool detail of being able to see Daisy Cruiser off in the distance. That is a nice touch. And other than that, there's really nothing to say about this one. It's just Daisy Circuit back in all its glory. There's nothing bad to say about it either. I wouldn't say there's anything I would have liked to be different about this one. It's just a good track. It's just Daisy Circuit. This certainly wasn't a track I was expecting to see return from the Booster Course Pass, but hey, glad it's here. Rosalina's Ice World is basically just a winter wonderland, with a few Mario Galaxy references in the sky, mostly to Gateway Galaxy, and you can see the observatory at the start of the track. All in all, I really like the energy behind this track. There's a lot of good hard work put into it, and the gameplay is pretty fun. There's nothing really bad to say about this one. I'm kinda glad it's back. This track feels like a very special screw you from Nintendo to all the people that complain GBA Bowser Castle has been remade a million times, yet SNES Bowser Castle hasn't been remade since Super Circuit. Well, Nintendo definitely did an amazing job at saying screw you to those people, because this track is fantastic. Everything about this track is phenomenal. Hands down, one of the best Bowser Castle remakes we've had in Mario Kart history. This track is just, in a word, awesome. The music, incredible. The gameplay, awesome. The aesthetic, amazing. Everything about this track couldn't be more perfect. They brought back everything and doubled down on it. There's so much more elevation to the track too. It makes it far more interesting, and the track itself is just lots of fun, which is what's most important here, isn't it? It's a game about having fun, right? This is an awesome track, and honestly, I'm really glad it's back. I was really excited to see DK Mountain be brought back. Even though I do agree in saying that the physics of it don't really work that well with this game, and overall they could have done a better job of improving it, it's still DK Mountain. DK Mountain is my favorite Double Dash track. I think it's great, I think it's lots of fun, and I think that even though they didn't add too much to the track, it's DK Mountain. It's lots of fun. Stop your complaining. All that was really added were a couple barrels, and the bridge at the end is wavy now, which honestly is more than they've added to some of the other remakes, so I ain't gonna complain. Honestly, there's really nothing bad to say about this track, aside from the physics being a little off. It's DK Mountain. DK Mountain. It's DK freaking Mountain. It'd be a crime not to put this at number 1. I am so glad that Wii Rainbow Road returned in all of its glory, even though if everyone saw it coming. Honestly, this is hands down one of the best Rainbow Roads the Mario Kart series has ever seen. And it is definitely one of the best tracks as well. I really like everything put into this track. Everything feels so colorful and vibrant, as a Rainbow Road should feel, and all the gameplay mechanics work perfectly. Everything about this track couldn't be better. And I really love how they added that detail of when you go off the track, you start going down towards Earth with the same animation from Mario Kart Wii. It's a really nice and unnecessary detail at that. Nintendo really didn't have to include that, but they still did. This is the perfect finale to the Booster Course Pass. Even though 3DS Rainbow Road is my favorite, this Rainbow Road is unbelievably awesome. And that's that. I'm kind of sad that the Booster Course Pass is over, but with this ending and Mario Kart Tour being over for quite some time now, that does mean that we are getting the next Mario Kart pretty soon, right? Well, probably not for another year at least, but something to look forward to. And the Booster Course Pass could not have been a more fun ride. All the tracks were incredible, there wasn't really a bad wave, and I'm gonna miss it. Thank you so much, Nintendo, for actually doing this, because they really didn't have to. They kind of listened to us on this. They listened to us asking for Mario Kart 9, and while they didn't give us that, they gave us the next best thing. So I gotta say, good job, Nintendo. And the fan service with this thing was incredible, too. They added so many fan-favorite tracks. They really listened to us on a lot of things, specifically the graphics after Wave 1. Just good job, Nintendo. This was lots of fun, and I'm gonna miss it. Anyway, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time, but until then, keep being awesome Nintendo fans. Peace out.